Israel has been USA's key ally in the Middle East. The Israeli-American bond runs deep for several reasons. The US is known to have saved the Jews during the World War. It became a voice for the Jews and helped them achieve their own statehood, a sovereign nation in their ancient home. Then there was the Cold War with Soviet Russia, and Israel was on the USA's side by default. But oddly enough, Russia and Israel never lost goodwill between them. Russia never antagonized Israel, and Israel never directly hurt Russia. They maintained cordial ties. What was the reason? Well, after the Second World War, Stalin developed a very pro-Zionist foreign policy to win Israeli support. Many Jewish Russians migrated to Israel. There are more than 1 million of them now. In fact, Russian is the third most widely spoken language in Israel. And the most important part? Vladimir Putin kind of absolutely loves Israel and the Israeli people. You heard that right. And it wasn't just him, but former Israeli prime ministers too, like Ariel Sharon, who gave the love back. So despite major differences, be it in the Cold War of the last century or the USA's regime change war in Syria, Russia and Israel have maintained a cordial bond driven by a realist foreign policy and, of course, mutual respect. Now, the decades of goodwill is reaping fruits, and Russia could steal Israel from the US and China both. Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you about Russia making inroads into Israel and Israel picking Putin over Biden soon enough. Let's begin. Russia is warming up to Israel. Only recently, as reported by TFI, President Vladimir Putin suggested that Israel offered a good model which has a lot to offer to the Russian Federation. The Russian president suggested that Slavic people should take a cue from Israelis and unite as one people despite different ethnicities, origins, and maternal languages. The Russian president was speaking in the context of his goal to reunify the former Soviet Union. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Vladimir Putin have agreed to meet soon to add further steam to ties between their countries. Israel's new Prime Minister spoke for the first time with Putin on Monday, and the two have agreed to meet soon. Bennett's office said he thanked Vladimir Putin for Russia's contribution to stability in the region and that the two spoke of the bridge between the two countries represented by Russian immigrants to Israel. Over 1 million Jews from the former Soviet Union have moved to Israel over the past 3 decades. The timing of Prime Minister Bennett and President Putin agreeing to meet is crucial. Israel stands at a crossroads, not just due to the Democrats in the USA growing hostile towards it and Joe Biden somehow trying to survive his party's onslaught for his pro-Jerusalem foreign policy, but also due to China's increasing anti-Israel moves. For Israel, relying solely on the United States has become a tough choice, given how the Israel-Palestine conflict is fast dividing America's polity, which can result in the US reversing its support for Jerusalem if the Democrats pressure Biden into doing so. Russia is increasingly realizing the importance of befriending Israel. With the US beginning to retreat from the Middle East, Russia is looking to fill the vacuum which will be left behind. Already, Russia is respected by the Arab countries. Moscow is looking to take on Turkey and is also engaged in a power play with China over who will exercise more influence over Iran. All of this makes Israel a natural choice for Russia. Israel's ties with the Arab world are fast improving, while it is also one of the biggest Iran and Turkey hawks that are there. In the event that China is able to subjugate Iran, Russia would want to play a significant role in the Arab world. And everyone sees Israel as a crucial part of the global effort to tame Iran, Turkey, and the Muslim Brotherhood at large. Putin would also be interested to know what the new government of Israel, led currently by Naftali Bennett, has to bring to the bilateral table. China is annoying and even infuriating Israel to an extent. During the recent armed conflict between Israel and Hamas, China proved unusually vocal in its support for the Palestinians, harshly criticizing Israel's airstrikes in Gaza, drafting United Nations Security Council statements condemning Israel's actions, while also giving a blatant pass to Hamas. Let's not even forget the brazen anti-Semitism shown by Chinese state media at the time. China also slammed the US for its steadfast support to Israel. China, being the foolish nation ruled by a despot that it is, was convinced that Iran and Hamas could register a victory over Israel during the war in May. Imagine the humiliation China faced then when it realized that Israel was the unquestionable victor of the recent conflict in Gaza. In fact, China even resorted to pro-Palestine and anti-Zionist propaganda via state media channels, thus making its stand on the hostilities amply clear. Israel has now decided to not hold back either. Israel was among the 41 countries at the United Human Rights Council on Tuesday that supported a declaration calling on China to allow immediate, meaningful, and unfettered access so that independent observers can visit the western Xinjiang region, where Beijing is accused of a brutal crackdown on Muslim Uyghurs and other minorities. Anyhow, Israel's acknowledgement of China's true character is quite significant, and it can really harm Beijing's economic as well as security interests in the region. Israel has been warming up to Russia since before the new government led by Prime Minister Naftali Bennett took charge. Earlier, Benjamin Netanyahu had hinted that his government had no qualms against stepping up its ties with Russia and supporting Moscow's role in the Middle East. This was a direct hint at the USA, which was failing to support Israel against Iran. The new Israeli government seems to be following Netanyahu's cue on this count as well.